Liberty Nation with Tim Donner.
The House has removed roadblocks to ratifying the Equal Rights Amendment. I thought I read this story back in 1978.
We talked about it recently when Virginia's legislature passed the Equal Rights Amendment. The problem is that when the amendment was passed previously in the federal Congress, pursuant to its movement from a proposal to an amendment, they included a time constraint that it had to pass through the state legislatures by X number of years. I think it was 10 years, but it doesn't matter. It's been a lot longer than 10 years, and we didn't make that deadline, meaning that it was passed well after that. Well, Jennifer Wexton, a congressperson from Virginia, basically presided over this vote where the federal Congress now said, oh, we're going to reverse that deadline. We didn't actually mean that, okay? So there's no deadline in place. The idea is that it's some kind of backdoor way to get this installed as an amendment without, Tim, what was supposed to happen with a constitutional amendment, which is that the people of the United States would agree through the Congress and through their state legislatures that an amendment was needed, not through successive generations, but that one actual generation of adult voting Americans would do it. And so I think that this is important for us to pay attention to, because I think it could have sort of like this I think it's going to be a Supreme Court case, probably, if they continue to push through and try to get it added to the list of recognized amendments, even though it was passed in this haphazard and manner that went against the actual language of the passage at the time it went through the Congress.
Okay, thank you, Scott.
Thanks, Tim.
This program, Liberty Nation Radio and LibertyNation.com's own podcast, The Uprising, hosted by Scott and The Rabbit Hole, Politics and Prose with Mark Angelides, all available on demand at LibertyNation.com and from fine podcast providers everywhere. So that is it for this week, but we'll be back at you next week, same time, same station. Till then, this is Tim Donner saying, stand up for liberty. And we'll see you next time on Liberty Nation Radio.